in 2017, we then went from around 1,000 to 20,000. So just to show you guys the equivalent, if that were to happen of same scale, we would go from around 100,000 to $2 million per coin. Do I think that's going to happen? No. My prediction is still 250,000 to $1 million at some point next year. But just to give you guys, like, listen, I've been here. I've been around for a long time. I've been in Bitcoin for 12 years. I think 100,000 is a big round number. We'll take our time here. Again, markets go down as quick as they go up. So if you have a market that goes from 0 to 1 million in one day, it's going to come down just as fast. So Bitcoin is consolidating and building a lot of strength here. It's actually very impressive.
Bitcoin will stay at 100K for a bit before it explodes to 250,000 to $1 million next year. That's the latest prediction from Strike CEO Jack Mallers. In 2017, Bitcoin surged from $1,000 to $20,000. If we saw a similar scale of growth, it could take us from 100,000 to a whopping $2 million per coin. While this is possible, Mallers explains that a more realistic outlook points to a range of 250,000 to 1 million next year. With 12 years of experience in Bitcoin, Jack Mallers notes that 100,000 is a significant milestone where Bitcoin may consolidate before the next move. Bitcoin's impressive market strength indicates it's building a solid foundation for future bullish moves, even if they take time to unfold. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video as Jack Mallers shares more exciting insights. Also guys, if you want to stay most up to date on the crypto world, I send out a daily 5-minute crypto newsletter that covers expert predictions, on-chain data breakdowns, and breaking news all for free. Click the first link in the description, enter your email, and join 50,000 plus others to become a better crypto investor right now. Now, here's Jack Mallers on Bitcoin's supremacy.
Remember what I said? I thought $100,000 was going to be a really important level. It's a big psychological level. And also, for the record, we just went straight up like this. You see my arm? This is good education right here. You see that? Straight up last month. We went up 40% in a month. Markets need time to calibrate. Markets need time to sell off. Markets need time to calm down. $100,000 is a round number. If you ask someone that bought Bitcoin a long time ago, when are you going to take profits? They're not going to say, oh, I think $96,200 or $78,400. They're going to round number, $100,000. That's why markets like round numbers. Markets are comprised and made up of humans, just like you and I, right? And humans have a lot of emotion. So markets love round numbers. $100,000 is a really round number. It's a big psychological number. You're going to see a lot of sell pressure there. And I think the market is going to take a second to calibrate and get itself to push through. So everyone's always like, Sailor's buying all this Bitcoin. How come it's not going higher? I think you're underestimating the psychological level that $100,000 brings. Now, with that being said, should you try and time this market? Should you short this market? No. I only own Bitcoin. So for all I know, we could blast through 100,000 in this month, in a few weeks. Don't get it twisted. But the fact that we're a little bit below 100,000 doesn't surprise me. It does not concern me. It is all good. It is all good. This is very classic halving behavior. Let me tell you guys a story. Back in 2016, there was a halving, okay? So the first halving was in 2012. The second halving was in 2016. So it was the second halving ever in 2016. I was there, and Bitcoin was trading, gosh, I want to say it was in the hundreds of dollars. I want to say a couple $100, $400, $500, something like that. From the halving in 2016, which was around spring or early summer, if I remember correctly, Bitcoin went from, let's call it $400 all the way to $1,000 by New Year's Eve, 2016. So it ended the year right around the time we're at now at $1,000. And that was a massive psychological number for us at the time. It was like, whoa, one Bitcoin, $1,000? No way. And a lot of people that were mining Bitcoin on their computer were cashing some out at $1,000. It was crazy. And Bitcoin dipped a little bit. from 1,000 to open the new year. It fell down to like 800. And then in 2017, it went from like that 800 to 20,000. It went from, so that halving cycle, Bitcoin went from like 400 to 20,000, by the way. So that's like what, like a 50x or something like that. And it kind of reminds me of that, where we end the year at such a big psychological number, where you're seeing some selling, you're seeing some buyer's exhaustion, right? There's holidays, people that run and operate big funds and have big important jobs are taking time off, be with their kids, be with their family. A lot of people cashing out, taking care of themselves, celebrating. And you got this big psychological number. But in 2017, we then went from around 1,000 to 20,000. So just to show you guys the equivalent, if that were to happen of same scale, we would go from around 100,000 to $2 million per coin. Do I think that's going to happen? No. My prediction is still 250,000 to $1 million at some point next year. But just to give you guys, like, listen, I've been here. I've been around for a long time. I've been in Bitcoin for 12 years. I think 100,000 is a big round number. We'll take our time here. Again, markets go down as quick as they go up. So if you have a market that goes from 0 to $1 million in one day, it's going to come down just as fast. So Bitcoin is consolidating and building a lot of strength here. It's actually very impressive.
Meanwhile, MicroStrategy is joining the NASDAQ 100, marking another major win for Bitcoin bulls. With this move, the company, which is known for its massive Bitcoin holdings, gains exposure to billions in passive investments, fueling even more excitement around Bitcoin's bullish momentum. The inclusion ties MicroStrategy to one of the world's largest ETFs, the QQQ Trust, which manages over $300 billion. This development strengthens Bitcoin's presence in mainstream markets, adding another layer of optimism to its growing appeal. This reshuffle goes live on December 23rd, making MicroStrategy a bigger player in a list of top-tier companies, all while pushing Bitcoin further into the spotlight. Now let's go back to Jack Mallers for more eye-opening insights.
On 60 Minutes, John Reed Stark, the former chief of SEC Office of Internet Enforcement, he said, every single crime you can conceive of is easier to do now because of crypto. And I'm going to go to my next slide here because the quote was remarkably impressive. I got to give it to him. It was impressive from the sense that he took every single piece of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and somehow squeezed it into a sentence or two. He said, every single crime you can conceive of is easier to do now because of crypto, especially ransomware, human sex trafficking, sanctions evasion, money laundering. North Korea is financing their weapons using crypto. It was remarkable. So what I did, my first point on this is I went and I highlighted crypto here. You see how I highlighted that in orange? Because I think the main point and the first point is you can take crypto and you could flip it and swap in any other significant technology, and this statement would still be true. How about this? Every single crime you can conceive of is easier to do now because of the internet, especially ransomware, human sex trafficking, sanctions, money laundering. North Korea is financing their nuclear weapons program using the internet. Or I made another one for you guys. What about this one? Every single crime you can conceive of is easier to do now because of cell phones. Every single ransomware and human sex trafficking, these people, they're using cell phones. We have to stop them. If someone makes a phone call that's a criminal using an iPhone, we have to tell Tim Cook and shut it down. No, of course not. Listen, the reality is technology is neutral. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Technology is neutral. Bitcoin is software. It's open source code. It doesn't have an opinion. It doesn't lean this way or that way. It doesn't jump up or down. It's neutral. Human beings use technology and tools to do things. Now, they often aren't neutral. Human beings can at times be criminals. For example, the criminals' favorite money to use historically, according to data, is the US dollar. So the notion that Bitcoin is somehow advancing criminal activity is ridiculous and it's absurd. Bitcoin is a technology, much like the internet or even cell phones in this example. And it is neutral. It is advancing our ability to do things fundamentally, and it is a neutral technology, period. The guy went on to say and explain how because Bitcoin doesn't have a balance sheet, it doesn't have annual reporting, Bitcoin, the protocol, can't comply with SEC enforcement and regulation. It was like, listen here, hotshot. Oh yeah, FTX, they had a balance sheet. They complied with regulation. That stopped them from committing heinous crime, right? Wrong. What about Enron? They complied. The SEC and Enron complied. Did that stop them? Wrong. Every single bank on Wall Street was complicit and they complied in 2008, right? Did that stop them? Wrong. So all of the comments were ridiculous. It was almost as if this guy did it on purpose. It was crazy. It was like, how can you jam so many FUD buzzwords in one sentence? It was remarkable. He got up there. It's like legs crossed. Let me back up. This guy was such a doofus. It's like legs crossed. Crime is now better because of crypto. Ransomware, sex trafficking, drug selling, North Korea, Russia, World War, cocaine, fentanyl, border security. It's like, listen here, dude. Shut up. You don't know anything you're talking about. And you could take crypto in your quote and replace it with any technology and it would be true. I mean, I'd have to be a caveman to operate and comply in the world that you want to live in. So just about destroying FUD, listen, on a more serious note. Again, technology is neutral. So when your family and your friends ask about these quotes, you have to remind them technology is neutral. Take Bitcoin or take crypto and replace it with the internet. And it still remains true. Should we get rid of the internet because some people used it for bad things? No, absolutely not. Now look at this, guys. Look at this. This is ridiculous. If you were to stay in fiat, you would have gotten debased. If you would have put it in a high yield savings account, ooh, high yield, I'm getting whatever, 2% on my cash. Who cares? If you were to live on Bitcoin, look at how much you would be up. This is why I say life gets like half off. If Bitcoin average is going up 50 to 100% every year on average, listen, bear markets happen. You need to be fiscally responsible and prepare for that. You shouldn't be getting bottle service. You shouldn't be flying private jets, right? Be fiscally responsible here. But this incentivizes you to save. It rewards you to save. You finally have a money that acts in your best interest. Okay? And if I go to the data tab, this has all of the data. So it would go to show, like, listen, this is when you would buy. This is the price you would be buying at. Okay? Right? This is how much taxes you would owe. So guys, this is net of taxes, net of fees. Okay? So everyone on Twitter is like, he's not including the fees. Yes, I am. Oh, he's not calculating taxes. Yes, I am. What do you guys think? I'm a liar? I live this life. I do this. I do this. I live this life. This is my life. What do you think? I don't know what I'm talking about? I know what I'm talking about more than anyone else in the world. Come on. Come on. So look, start date, November of last year. End date, November of this year. Your life got half off. With taxes, with fees. If this doesn't help you understand it, I don't know what will. I literally don't. Taxes are not a problem. In fact, taxes are a good thing. Let me say it this way. If I never paid taxes on Bitcoin, that means Bitcoin didn't go up. Do people understand that? Owing taxes mean you made money. You made money. Listen, no one loves taxes. We can all agree on that. That's not an egregious hot take. No one likes taxes, okay? Let's say that. Let's put that out there. However, the fact that I would owe taxes means I made money. That's a good thing. If I didn't owe any taxes, that means the strategy's not working, okay? So it's a good thing that you have to pay taxes. It means you're making money. It means you're avoiding debasement. You're only paying a portion of your gain. So the profit is everything else. And this thing is so profitable. Owning Bitcoin is so profitable. You're making 50 to 100% a year on average, okay? And everyone's like, we'll talk about the bear market, talk about the bear market, talk about the bear market. What about it? What about it? Here's my rules of life. Rule number 1, don't be an asshole. Don't spend more than you're making. If you're making $10,000 a month, don't spend $11,000. So live within your means. Cut down on your expenses. Make sure you account for bad things happening to you. If you live a life that prevents you from saving, then you need to check your lifestyle. That's not Bitcoin's fault, okay? What I tell my friends in high school all the time is this. Okay, here's a thing that will change your life. All you have to do is buy it and not sell it. Now, here's the catch. They're like, what's the catch? That sounds too good to be true. Here's the catch. Here's the catch. It's going to go up a lot and then down a little, and then up even more and then down a little, and then up the most and then down a little. And they're like, what? That's it? That's it? What else is the catch? No, there's no other catches. It's just not going to go up in a straight line. And they're like, oh, sounds like a steal. But then on the internet, everyone's crying and moaning that it could go down for a little bit. Get over yourself. What do you want, a foot massage? You want the protocol to massage your toes? Come on. Sorry. You know that meme where it's the mom like, Mom, why are we so rich? It's like, because dad wasn't scared that Bitcoin might go down for 12 months. That's why. Explain to your kid why they have to take out debt to go learn how to do math at college because you were too scared to own Bitcoin because of bear markets. Good luck.
Staying in fiat leads to losing value, while Bitcoin rewards savers with average annual growth of 50 to 100%. Jack Mallers stresses that despite ups and downs, the strategy is simple. Own Bitcoin, hold it, and let time do the work. Bitcoin incentivizes saving and promotes financial responsibility, offering a system that works in favor of those who stay disciplined. That said, he believes this approach builds long-term financial strength. Those who focus on Bitcoin's proven trajectory and ignore short-term fear set themselves and future generations up for lasting financial freedom. It's not always smooth, but the rewards speak for themselves. Now, don't forget, if you want guidance through the exciting but sometimes unpredictable world of cryptocurrency, our daily 5-minute crypto newsletter is here to help. Don't pass up the chance to stay updated and make informed choices in the crypto market. The link is in the description below. Anyway guys, hope you all enjoyed today's video and that it provided you with some value. I'll see you all in the next one, and as always, all the best.